Hi, Pastor Randy Jones here. In about 2 or 3 minutes, I want to talk about a very important thing because of the riots that happened and the overtaking of the Capitol building this past week. I want to say that it's time for us to cut the rhetoric back and to stop the name calling and turn this difficult moment that has happened in the United States of America into a plus. I want to say that it's from riots to revival, and our government is very dysfunctional at this point. It is time that Christians and godly, good people stand up and say enough is enough. And I'm pleading with all of the leaders to stop the name calling, to stop the divisiveness. People have given their life's blood so that we can have the right to share our thoughts without people being angry. I have had to remove some people from my Facebook page and Twitter and other accounts because they're angry and they're saying mean, hurtful, divisive things. We don't allow that in our marriage. We don't allow that in our families. We don't allow it in our church. And we're not going to let it happen in our community or our nation. From Ephesians chapter 19, this gets addressed. In verse 23, real quick here, I'm just going to give you 2 minutes and 2 thoughts here. About that time, there arose a great disturbance about the way. Friend, this is good and evil fighting one another. This is not about political ideologies. This is about right and wrong. And a riot ensued, and Paul was there in a community known as Ephesus. Slip down with me, if you would, at verse 37. You have brought these men here, though they have neither robbed temples nor blasphemed our goddess. If then Demetrius and his fellow craftsmen have a grievance against anybody, the courts are open, and there are proconsuls. So when there's a problem, we have to sometimes resolve those in a secular situation with our court systems. Now notice he says, and they can press charges. If there is anything further you want to bring up, it must be settled in a legal assembly. As it is, we are in danger of being charged with rioting because what happened today. In that case, we would not be able to account for this commotion, since there is no reason for it. And after he had said this, he dismissed the assembly. Those that have been riotous need to be arrested, and proper legal authority needs to be meted out, and they need to serve time for doing bad things. But let's all realize that bad things have been done by lots of people across the board. Why are people trying to come into our nation? Because we're a nation that is built upon the teachings of Christ, where we forgive and we start over. I'm pleading with you, pray for America, but let's stop attacking one another. In fact, personally, don't say evil about anybody that's not in the room with you. That's gossip, it's sin, and it's wrong. And we, the Christians, we've got to save America now. We've got to reach out to America and to help our politicians. Raul Ruiz, the congressman for the Riverside area, step up now and call for calm. Minister in a special way. We've got to stop this divisive thing, or it's going to, the bloodletting, we've had a couple of deaths, but if we don't stop, it's going to get out of hand. Hey, thanks for watching. Turn to the channel that we have, the YouTube channel, and our website, and you can tap into more information. But I wanted to just spend a couple of minutes with you to let you know that God's Word has the answer and is the answer, and it addresses these kinds of things.